fire also refers to these phases. We have had and we have the fire in these thousands of people who have been involved. One of the basic principles when we started building up the strategy for this culture capital was based on this idea that it's a quite development process, a trip we do together, and it's not just 1 year of culture events. It led to the idea or the concept of culture being very wide in our culture capital project. Yes, arts are in the core of everything we do, but it's not just about ballet dancers. We are also interested in, is there arts in the shipbuilding industry? What's the art and what's the culture in that? So a wide concept of culture was the basis for the strategy. In the Turku 2011 strategy, I will just read you the vision 2016, as it will be impossible to read it from this color. Turku 2011 is more than barely 1 year. It's a process through which Turku is a forerunner, a creative center of multi-collaboration, and a generator and supplier of art and science. Our three main aims are strengthening the internationality, increasing and growing the creative industries, as well as increasing the well-being, and all the other sub aims are supporting these three main aims. I won't go to the strategy into more details. We will finish with the time. We have, of course, also the values and the means in there. Our plans, which are listed in this bidding document, can be divided into 4 entities. 1 being the development of the prerequisites, 2 being the long-term development projects, 3 being the infrastructural project, and the 4th entity being the Culture Capital Program for the year 2011 itself. In the development of prerequisites, we have several issues which we have to improve in this city before we can say that we will have all the abilities to become a good culture capital. Of course, we have a good basis already now, but there are a few questions we need to improve. Without going to all of them, one is funding. We have a need to increase the funding level in the culture sector, but as we know that the public sector funding is not about to increase rapidly. We also have a challenge now to then find the new ways of funding culture. What kind of models, how can we finance culture in new ways? Operating premises, know-how, networking are also issues in this entity. Long-term projects for Culture Capital Year, projects that we will start already now, rather soon, and which will hopefully continue their lives after the year 2011. There are, for example, a development center of creative industries and culture export, which of course supports the theme of today as well. Another project which I will mention is the research and service entity related to cultural well-being. We, of course, everybody around this table know how important arts and culture are for the well-being and health of people. But there is surprisingly little of research done of that area. There is research done in Sweden by Denson Online, which already identified or identified that those people who are active in culture, who have hobbies in culture and arts, feel themselves healthier than others. This was even stronger than the value or the influence of sports in this study, at least. We hope to continue research done in this area and also support it in services then. A few projects that are important, linked to the Culture Capital Year, but not financed within the budget of the Culture Capital, being new main library, which is already being built, Congress and Music House, which is one of the long-term goals and objectives that has emerged in this city, with the need both on the Congress convention side as also in the culture side for new wider, bigger premises. Cultural quarters is one of the ideas which was developed during this process, idea which would combine with the walking bridge the old culture quarter, the medieval culture quarter opposite to the Turku Cathedral. To the other side of the river, where we have the main library quarter. And the idea is that all the premises of that main library quarter will be actually conquered for the culture and for the creative industries to create it, make it a lively living room for the inhabitants. Go quicker these. And then to the Culture Capital program of the year 2011 itself. I have emphasized that it's about more than about this 1 year. But still, however, this 2011 year is the year when we can allure the attention of the rest of the Europe, of the rest of the world, to Turku, and through Turku to the Finnish culture. So we better do our best to provide high quality, interesting, innovative, cultural projects, various projects, which will make or utilize the potential of this year to present the Finnish culture to the rest of the world. In this vetting document, we present 35 examples of those projects that we hope and we think we could realize in year 2011. They are almost all of them are based on an open call, which we had last autumn, and which resulted in 500 ideas and project proposals. And from these 500 ideas, we have collected the 35 presented in this bidding document. It's not a final program. Naturally, there are still a few years to come, so we will have to develop it a lot, and there will be still a new open call, new project ideas. But we wanted to give an example of what we are going to do. We wanted them to be innovative, we wanted them to be European, we wanted them to be cooperative. It's all about cooperation. Nothing can be done in Culture Capital Year without cooperation. One of the key issues in the Culture Capital process for us is the theme of encounters, theme of meetings. It's also related to the idea of the theme of creativeness, as at least we believe that. Encounters, we believe that by bringing different themes, different subjects, even opposite things together, and even supporting the creation of these crashes of very different things. We believe that in those areas something new is born, something creative can be born. So we are very interested in bringing together the arts and the industry, the art and sports, art and business. What happens when the history meets the future? What happens when the different languages, different religions, different cultures meet? This also goes to the way we have structured the program. We didn't do it by target groups, as in many culture capitals has happened. We didn't create our own program for children.